My boy
24
Flocko.
hours in Tory Lanez
Got some
life
more
has
updates
been
on
nothing short of
Tory
amazing.
Lanez, man.
This is like something I've never seen before, and I've been doing content for about 2 years now. This is insane, bro. We got a reincarnation coming back from the dead talking to God. We got stabbings. We got a shooting mystery. We got a potential Fed case being overturned. This is all insane, and I'm here to make sense of all of it and to cover everything. So let's get into it. Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times in prison by a Mexican who's currently serving a life sentence.
Damn, so the Mexican know he ain't coming out. Oh man, I see why. Nigga know he ain't coming out, so he just I in there ready, so cheapy let me.
Tory thought he was a goner. He thought he was for sure dead. Because even with a collapsed lung, God gave him enough strength and fortitude to still be able to tell his daddy that if this is his last day, he made good with God.
Did not suffer superficial wounds. He was stabbed 14 times.
God damn.
5 times in his back. 1 under his left cheekbone. In fact, his jaw was open.
Ooh.
He was stabbed twice in the back of his head.
Ooh.
And the rest in his torso, arms.
Wait, one man do this?
It may seem sensational, but thankfully, like Dr. King, it was close to his heart, but did not penetrate. After that, he was being rushed to...
All praise go to Tory Lanez, man.
Nearby.
This is sad, bro. To go through this shit, bro.
And I quote,
I hope they get that dude. Finna like get that dude out of that jail, bro. Give him the death penalty, bro. Let him go home to God, bro. Wherever he going to hell. Not even, he going straight to hell.
But God said no. God told him, do not give up. In the car, upon which he turned to the attending officers and he said, you must get me to wherever is the closest place that I can get to. I'm bleeding out here. My boat, he didn't even know his lungs had collapsed. All he knows is that he couldn't breathe. He could hardly speak.
Damn.
Upon which the officer turned around and looked at him and said, now, we got to take him. He has to be airlifted.
There's a lot of conspiracies floating around surrounding why Tory Lanez was stabbed. Even there was conspiracies floated around at the press conference today with his father there and his attorneys there, and Rock Nation was brought up and Megan Thee Stallion was brought up, and we're going to cover that. But before we can even cover that, we have to cover who exactly stabbed Tory Lanez. This is who did it. His name is Santino Sonny Casillo. The strangest part about this, too, is once he did it, the Mexicans were quick to come out and say, nah, bro, yo, he a renegade. He's not even a part of us. He's just like some renegade who just went wild on Tory Lanez. This wasn't a hit. I'm assuming that was said to sort of stall out the tension and to not cause a riot. There's only one thing.
Damn, Mexicans ain't one of them, bro. They say no, it's finna be a war in that jail. God damn.
Sonny was sentenced to life in prison for shooting and killing his 30-year-old girlfriend after an argument. So the paperwork says that 2 relatives heard 22-year-old Santino.
That nigga kill his 13-year-old girlfriend. So you could see from there he crazy.
Minutes before she was shot in the face.
You could see from there he dumb and crazy. Bro, this is crazy, bro.
Along with a special allegation that the crime was.
I can't believe this, John, bro.
He is also accused of 2 separate attempted murders with the special allegation of using a knife and causing great bodily injury. So while in prison, he done stabbed other inmates as well. All right. So Ruby Perez, Casillo's cousin. Now this is the disgusting part. There was a lot of people complicit letting this man live with that little girl. So live with the defendant and his little girlfriend, Evelyn Brenda Sandaja, in Perez's apartment in the 1100 block of. Perez was getting ready to go out with her friend, Eileen Gonzalez, who was also related to Casillo, about 10 p.m. June 8th of 2002, when they heard Casillo and Sandaja fighting, and Perez saw Sandaja's crying, she testified. Gonzalez and Perez went outside so that Perez could smoke. Minutes later, they heard a shotgun blast, Perez says. Within seconds of the shot,
this is crazy, bro.
They saw Casillo running from the house. I met Casio at the door, Gonzalez says. He just looked really pale and shocked or scared and said, I've got to get out of here. He looked like a zombie, Perez confirmed.
Damn.
I've never been to prison, but whenever I hear stories of prison, it's usually
Look like a
telling us
zombie?
how they regulate and they got morals, and how guys like Sonny who do crimes like he did are not allowed to be on the floor with them. How they pack it up and roll it up and they go to PC. So my question is, why was this guy openly being able to live around people like Tory Lanez? Why was this guy
For real.
able to have enough freedom to be, to potentially hurt Tory Lanez? I thought guys like this are essentially like subjugated to like the corner of the jail, and they live in shame forever, and they can never show their face again. It looks like he was having a good old time. Now, to me, the most interesting part about this, Brad, is how I've seen certain Latino creators was running to YouTube to say that this dude who stabbed Tory Lanez, he was not Mexican, and people like myself and Whack 100, we were lying, and it was...
Bill and George reaction video, man. It's your boy Garret, man. All praise go to Tory Lanez, man. I'm out. Peace, man.